Hey guys, this is just an initial kind of look at the Gerber Center Drive. To be honest, I just got it today. Here's the box. I've been interested in this. I have a bunch of multi-tools, mostly Leathermans. I think I might have one or two Gerbers. Probably, yeah, I mean, this is the most expensive multi-tool I've ever bought. The next two that are closest would be the Skeletal CX that I have and the Leatherman Wave. This had a couple features that I thought was really neat, so I've been looking at it for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger. Now this can vary in price, and on the higher end of what it can be, I don't think so far from what I'm seeing it's worth it, but if you can get it on the lower end of what it can be, I had gotten it for 122 with the bit kit. It's also sold without the bit kit, so so far with this one, this is one-handed. Now I've seen in other videos the spring opening it like that, but yeah, it's pretty stiff. I've used it for a couple hours so far. Used the plier bit and used the screwdriver. That's all I've used so far. But I've opened and closed it a bunch of times. And sometimes because you can flick this open, when I flick it open, it won't even open at all. But, this is just an initial. Maybe it will kind of loosen up and hopefully work better. This is the most I've gotten it to open. And this is like opening it and closing it a bunch of times. So hopefully it'll work a little better, won't be so stiff. But I just wanted to give everybody a quick showing of the tools that are supposed to, make this tool want you to buy it, which would be the longer blade, well, longer than most multi-tools, and definitely is one knock against it, and this would be quality control from Gerber, is that there was a burr when I got it running across the whole length of the blade that I had to knock off. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I think I've had this kind of said this in other videos, but it doesn't matter the price, but especially this is getting on the high end. But even if it was cheaper, if you're gonna sell something, I want it the way it should be. I don't want to have to touch it up when I buy it. So I had to knock that off. I don't like that. But again, that's quality control. I'm not going to say that's going to be every one that you're going to get. And then, of course, this bad boy here, which is the namesake, Center Drive. And it's one-handed open. I really like that you can get this without even opening the tool. I really, really like that. Then the length, really like that as well. I mean, this is the tool that is really made me look at this multi-tool. And then, of course, it's on the center axis to help with kind of it being wobbly when you turn it, like most multi-tools. And yeah, like I said, I just got it. It's been good so far. I've used it to tighten a couple screws on something I was working on. Now this has the one track to pop up the pliers, and you can also flick it open. The it only locks once you got the pliers out, so it's easily flicked open. It doesn't take much to kind of learn how to do that. And then another thing that I really liked, and that I'm disappointed with most multi-tools, is that you can carry at least one more bit. Now, I don't know why other, especially Leatherman. My Leatherman skeletal tool, I love it because it carries an extra bit, and with those bits, you can get double-ended bits. So I essentially have 4 bits that I can carry on my Skeletal CX, and that's the one I carry the most, that multi-tool. On my Leatherman Wave, for instance, sometimes you can have the bits in the sheath, of course, but sometimes you maybe don't have the sheath with you, or you're just doing something you don't want to go into, and you have no extra bits on you. You just have the one. So I was always kind of perplexed why they never added a carrier. So I really like they have the carrier on here. Then of course this is standard hex bits that are easily accessible, everyone sells, and this is magnetic. So you don't, with Leatherman, the only downside is that you have to buy them from Leatherman because they're a flat flat bit for their multi-tools. If there's anyone out there that wasn't aware, which makes them more compact, but definitely there are the downsides. For the tools on the inside, of course, this side is just for that bit. Now, I wish they had some better tools. Of course, this is just my opinion, but right here, this serrated blade, I wish it was a saw. I really wish it was a saw. And this is not the best serrated blade either. It's not that sharp. And then I guess it made it a bit cheaper, but maybe to produce, but they just kind of painted the whole thing, which is another thing that you don't want the actual sharpened bit painted. I mean, especially it's kind of seems like just regular paint almost, but so I would have liked if that serrated blade was done a little better, but and I wish it was a saw, but that's my personal opinion. Now this has got some good attention on YouTube for being innovative. I wish they'd done a better job with it personally. It's really short, so this is like a nail puller / pry bar. I mean, you're only pulling small nails with this. It's really thin, the tip here, so you're not taking out big nails because it won't fit. And also, if you try prying something out, that you could snap the end of this. Getting back here, it's thicker, but the very end is very thin, and then it's really short. I mean, as you can see, I mean, every tool on here, it's kind of was talked about as being the longest. I don't know, I'm not a tool designer, so I don't want to give them too much, but I wish if it was just even a little bit longer. I don't know, kind of seems like there was room, but maybe there wasn't because the pliers go into the handle. So, but yeah, I mean, it definitely is interesting. And you have the bottle opener, and everything's locking on this side. Then you have file, double-ended, or double-sided, sorry. And I do like that. I use my files. And then you have a Reamer. I don't know. It doesn't really have anything in the box explaining all the tools. So I honestly don't know if they call it a Reamer, but maybe some people might call it an awl, but I don't think this would be considered an awl because I think the tool has to be a little different. It's got to be a hole in it, I think. So I would say this is a Reamer. And yeah, I haven't tried that out yet. I'm sure it'll do the job. It's pretty pointy. And yeah, here's the sheath. Sorry, I'm making this video longer than I probably needed to do for an initial look. But you can either carry it vertical or horizontal, so that's nice. Yeah, this little that came in the box like that, which again bugs me a little bit because it's brand new. Here's the bit set right here. So you get I mean, these aren't special bits or anything. These are standard bits, and you can change them out if you want to, get different ones in there, which is really nice. And yeah, it's a nylon sheath, nothing fancy. Replaceable teeth for your pliers, which is nice. But you know, I think companies started doing that more for returns or for their lifetime guarantee, because you could even get a new tool once these were damaged, but now you have to buy new ones. So, but I mean, it's still nice. Yeah, but it seems decent. I would just say, if you're paying anything more than 120, then really think about what you want out of the tool, because that's going to be, I mean, 120's pretty pricey as it is. Other more expensive multi-tools I've had have been under $100. Yeah, if you have any questions, hopefully I can answer them. Put them in the comment box, and hopefully this guys helps you. Sorry, hopefully this helps you guys with your purchase. You guys have a good one.